today for our video of, well, that didn't work out, I have a special guest star of my husband, who is also my publishing partner. I mean, not like my co-author, but he puts up with me, so that makes him my publishing partner. And this is a special episode of, well, I had a plan for publishing this year, and it didn't quite work out that way. Now,
Who saw that coming?
I really don't need to discuss. Now, I didn't go back and listen to the episode/video from earlier this year of what I thought my plans were, mostly because I didn't want to depress myself, because who needs that kind of negativity in their life?
We can't put whiskey in this coffee.
That's true. We're actually recording in the morning, not at 12 o'clock at night. So coffee for everybody.
Oh.
Not the best coffee, but it's okay. So if you are listening to the podcast version of this, you may hear some... I'm going to have him insert the sound. Aww. Yep, that's the sound you're going to hear. And that means that, no, in fact, that was not the plan. And there will be updates as to what madness I thought I was going to achieve. Or you may hear the sound, which means I stayed on track.
I have a feeling one of those sounds is going to get played a lot more than... What?
I don't need your sass. Never mind. I'll do this episode by myself. No, I'm kidding. You made me coffee. You can stay. Okay, so I don't really remember what the plan was. I remember part of the plan, but it didn't work out. So let's start with the infamous audio. Now, audio has always sort of been the bane of our existence.
Yes, it has.
Because audio is hard.
Yeah.
Audio is harder than writing a book. It honestly is. And I did have like these grand plans because I am an actor. That's what I do for a living. That's what I went to school for. It's why people pay me to wear a vase costume in Beauty and the Beast.
Which we actually had to rehearsal in an hour, so for that.
We need more coffee.
Okay.
But we'll get to that part later. So I had this idea of like, well, if it's a female narrator, I should obviously just do it myself.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, who knows my characters better than me other than you, but I don't need your sass. I don't need your sass.
Where's that sound effect? Oh, there it is.
It's not fair. You can't use the sound effects against me. So that was a grand plan, but realized very quickly in this year that there's no way I can ever record audio for my books unless I want to stop writing books. Aww. Because it takes so many hours to record, and then you have to like edit it, which I was not editing myself. We had a guy. That's not something I'm capable of.
The vendor, we love you. We're sorry that we
can't use you because yep, I fell out of that game pretty darn quick. But that's okay. That's okay because I have been hiring amazing actors. Mm-hmm. So recording Anna Vilbrea was what I really wanted to do myself. That did not work out because I don't have time. There would be no Myth and Storm. The Ilbrea series would just die.
And I don't know about you, but I needed to know what was going on. Like, well, and now I do know. I got to read the book already.
It's because he gives me coffee. That's why.
That's why.
Okay, coffee break. Now, so Bryant Audio was not necessarily planning on recording Bryant Audio. I just sort of was like, well, let's see if we can find anyone. And I found the wonderful Jacob, who was so perfect. I was like, okay, we'll really produce Bryant Audio.
Incredible.
So I don't know if Bryant Audio was on the first podcast.
I don't know. I know Ember was. I am pretty sure we talked about doing Heart of Smoke. I don't remember if Bryant was or not.
Well, now 3 books in the Bryant series are done. I will be getting the final files for the 4th book, the final book in the Bryan Adams series soon.
You should drink more coffee.
I should drink more coffee. So that's complete. I don't know if it was on my to-do list, but good for me for getting that done. Insert sound effect. That should be cheering. Maybe cheering. If I didn't mean to get it done, but I did it, I get cheers.
Okay.
Deal?
And then if you did it and we were planning on, you get this. And if
I royally failed,
we
get one of these. Oh, sadness.
Yeah. Cool.
So we got that done. But one of the things that I didn't count on that I learned quickly through the process of the Girl of Glass and Tethering audio is that even if you hire audio out, it's still time consuming because listening to auditions for audiobooks is a lot. And then you have to compile all the information for your narrators, which in the case of something like Anna Brea is a lot of information. That's a lot. It's almost worse than like the tethering because there's all the spells that you have to make sure they know how to pronounce and what they mean. So that's hard.
Right, which Tim did an amazing job.
Yes.
All your narrators have been incredible. Claire,
That's because
Tim.
I auditioned so many people.
I know. Especially for Ember, there were 70 some, right?
No, it was more than that.
Oh my gosh.
It was more than that.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm neurotic, so I'm like, I'm going to send you a few emails and see how quickly you email me back and if you're a nice person, because if you sound mean, I don't want to work with you.
Everybody was really great. Yeah.
Well, no, because some people emailed me back snatchy replies and I was like,
did they really? Oh, just kidding.
Mind.
I didn't see those emails.
I don't need you. Okay.
So amended statement. Not everybody, but a lot of them were.
Well, the ones that I was like, I'm not just deleting your email because you were rude.
Right.
So, but then once you hire them, you have to also proof the audio and listen to it and give notes and then listen to it when it's back from the notes and then possibly listen to it when it's back from the notes again. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
And it's something I try. She was like, "Can you do this for me?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." And like, she jokes about me knowing the books better than she does, and I think that in some ways I do. Because I'm coming at it from a completely different angle. So when I'm looking at it and I'm doing the first round of proofing before we send it to everybody else who, actually knows what they're doing.
You just make me look smart. You make people think that I know where commas are supposed to go in sentences.
Right. My forte is grammar. Hers is actually telling the story.
Yeah.
But
he makes people think that I know how sentence structure works.
She does.
I do, but I like commas a little bit too much, and then I'm like, that's too many commas. And then the next chapter will have no commas.
Right.
So he goes back in and he's like, okay, babe, let's moderate your commas.
Well, and it's not even that we're sticking to the grammatical rules about commas. It's just that as actors, we know where we would want to breathe and we would want to hear breaths taken. So that's an important thing, which is why we do read a lot edits. We're getting way off topic, but the reason I bring all this up is that I cannot listen to the audio because I'm not going to be the one that goes, yeah, they're absolutely embodying the character you created, so I can't help with that.
That's true. We have major disagreements on what character should be sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, we do.
But I wrote the book, so I win.
I bring you coffee.
Sometimes you win. Okay, so Anna is now hired out. I found an amazing narrator.
Awesome.
She's fantastic. She's also got a really quick turnaround. I'm going to get the files for Ember and Stone in June.
You should drink more coffee.
I should drink more coffee. That's crazy. She's going to get the files for Feather and Flame to me in September. A full series over the summer. That's crazy. She's amazing.
Yeah.
Which it would have taken me like 4 years to do. And I wouldn't have written books. So yay. Look at these voice actors getting things done for me.
And that's Alexandra, is her
yes.
name? Yeah. She's great. And her husband is her the audio engineer, right?
Yes.
So they're a team.
Yeah.
Like us. It's perfect.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Now I am okay. Anna Audio is getting done.
Yes.
Just not how we thought it was.
how we thought it was.
But it still counts. It still counts.
So that does not get a cheer. That gets a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, as far as audio goes, I am now planning on hiring a narrator to do Heart of Smoke audio in the fall.
Yes.
So once I have a timeline for the final book in the series, I'm going to hire someone. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that was on my plan or not.
I think it was.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it was.
Hopefully, it'll actually happen.
So we'll get that noise.
Hey. Okay. Now for books, the actual writing thing, which is what I'm supposed to do as an author. Myth and Storm has long been scheduled to be released on July 22nd, and knock on wood.
Rude.
You love
Rude.
me.
I'm cutlery in the show. I'm not like.
We're doing Beauty and the Beast, if that helps us make more sense.
Yeah.
We're going to be in Beauty and the Beast. Myth and Storm has already been through the beta readers. I'm making a few tweaks to it. So everything is on track for the July 22nd release. It is going through probably 2 more rounds of me being neurotic and polishing before it goes to the reviewers. So we're on track for that one. Eye of Stone, which is book 3 in the Heart of Smoke series, is scheduled to come out in August. So we're doing really well on that.
Yeah.
It's already like I already have written words in it. There are many words and a plot line happening, so that's going well.
Yeah.
And it's scheduled for pre-order, so I have to release it because otherwise the Amazon gods will smite me.
That's all.
And nobody likes being smote by Amazon. Now, Ash of Ages, which is the fourth and final book in the Heart of Smoke series.
Yes, which we planned on a hike.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you authors out there, if you have writer's block, get outside, go for a hike. It might not work for you, but it's great.
Try not to get too lost, though. We got pretty lost.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Go someplace with trail markers if you're going to be daydreaming, because otherwise you're not going to know where you are anymore. Now, in my head, Ash of Ages should be released in November.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a little short story / novella. Mm-hmm. That is going to go along with that series. I already have the cover for it.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's different from the other covers for that series. It's going to be from a different character's point of view. Wink. That was for the people who are listening to the podcast.
Can I give any hints?
I don't think you can give any hints without spoilers.
I feel like I could. I can try it and then we can cut it if you don't like it.
Okay, we can cut it. What is your spoil?
Just the letter C. That's all.
I don't know if that's a spoiler or not.
It shouldn't be. If you read the books, there are letters. Like, come on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And a wink. So there will be a short story / novella coming from there.
See you in the embers.
So then, I have no idea when that's going to get released. Around the release of the final book in the series.
Yeah.
Unless it ends up being an entire novel instead of a novella, because I'm me, and sometimes I do those things.
I need more coffee.
Don't take my coffee.
Okay.
But then the problem is, I want to start the Sorcerers of Elbrea series.
Yeah, I want you to start that too.
Especially now that
She's awesome.
we're meeting the protagonist for that series in Myth and Storm.
Which, if you've read Wrath and Wing, you've actually already met this protagonist.
You'll know in Myth and Storm, you'll be like, oh.
Yeah.
You're the protagonist for the new series.
I like her a lot.
I love her. I'm really excited to get to know her better. She's cool. In my head, and we'll have to look at the old podcast, and by we I mean you, because
I know. No,
I don't want to depress myself.
No.
I really thought that book was gonna come out this year, and I still have my fingers crossed that book one will be out in December. In my head and on paper, like I actually made a chart.
Remember, you did this before you thought we were doing 2 shows in a row. Too.
Yeah, we haven't gotten to that part yet.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
In my head, it all works out, but we'll see. I will be announcing a release date for it soon, but I don't want to promise people that it'll be out in December until I get more from the Heart of Smoke series under my belt, because I have a tendency to make the last books in series longer. So we'll see. We'll see.
As
how
a reader,
it goes.
I appreciate that. I like it that you're not pulling a Lost and just being like, I don't know, wrap it up somehow.
That works.
Sorry.
Can you cut that part?
I can cut that part.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Because I did that. You're gonna cut this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So.
I might just bleep it over because that was funny. Continue. Go ahead.
So, one of the things that I have learned so far this year, which 2021 has apparently been 50 years long, 50 unproductive years long, is that I should not rely so much on being able to work so quickly. Because in the past, it's been like, oh, well, this many weeks times this many words equals this many books. Easy, math problem. But as someone with an autoimmune disease, #lupus life, that does not always cooperate and allow my body to do what I need it to do. Sometimes I need a nap instead of to write 3,000 words, or I can only do 1,000 words, or, I have a weird rash that I have to go to 11 doctor's appointments for. Something like that, so that they can tell me I need an extra Claritin a day, which is time consuming and stressful. And stress, when you have lupus, makes you need a nap, because then you have a rash that you have to go to 10 doctor's appointments for. Yeah. So it's like not the prettiest thing.
By the way, those of you who don't know, like, this is actually huge for her to admit that it's like, okay, it's winning today. I need to nap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I'm serious.
Well, when your face
hard.
is burning like you have bleach on it,
yeah,
you don't have a lot of choices.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's okay. So I'm trying to be like moderate because really I could finish the rest of the Heart of Smoke series by the end of the summer and have both books out by October. Like theoretically I could do that, but I'm trying not to commit to doing that. And hopefully I'll get really far ahead and then I'll be able to release the Sorcerer's book in November and it'll be really exciting. But I'm trying to like not bank on that so that I can give my body time when it needs to recover. Also, because now that the world is starting to reopen, we're going back to the theater.
I'm so happy.
So we're doing Beauty and the Beast now, and then we're going to be in Grumpy Old Men after that, which means we're going to be doing this wonderful little thing called crossover, which means you only get to eat, hopefully shower, and maybe sleep for 2 weeks while you learn a show while performing another show.
It's tough.
So there really isn't a lot of time to do a bunch of author work doing that.
Yeah.
So that's going to cut out some time from that. And then because my body hates me, I'm probably going to have to take some time to recover from that. So that's going to eat into my author time. And so I'm trying to moderate what my expectations are so that I can actually get my books to my review team more than 4 days before a book release, because my lovely PA Angela would not be pleased with me if I was like, hi, book releases in 4 days. Here's some files to send to people. I'm so sorry. I mean, she'd be nice about it, but
yeah,
I feel like there would be a lot of cursing on the other end of that
know.
email that would never come through.
She's very tough love. I feel like she'd be nice, but she'd be like, no.
This is not how a review team works. Yeah. You need to moderate your expectations and change your deadline. So I'm trying, Angela. I'm trying to be good. Trying to get everyone their files way in advance so that it can be nice and organized.
Yeah.
And easy for readers and reviewers to get things done. So that is sort of my goal. And it's also a matter of, because I did decide to hire out the Edda audiobooks and because my narrator for that series did set such a tight schedule, I'm also going to be spending a lot of my summer proofing audio. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, wow, you've been not productive this year. And some of that is, the
languishing.
Yeah, COVID languishing. But some of it's also that writing the Guilds of Libria books is really hard.
It's intense.
Because it is different timelines and different places. And I know I've talked about that in these videos and podcasts before. But it's a lot. Like it is as much effort as writing an entire other series to complete one of those books. So, I have released a book in the Heart of Smoke series. I will have, Myth and Storm released. I will have at least the other 2 books in the Heart of Smoke series released. So we're really still talking about 4 or 5 books released this year, which in most author terms is still really good. Like 4 or 5 books a year is great. And then it's going to be like 8 audiobooks. So that's impressive. But I know it's not what I accomplished in 2020. But I am trying to preserve my health and sanity so that I can be more consistent with things like, creating these videos and podcasts and actually being present on social media and not having a rash on my face all the time. So we'll check back again in a few months.
Yeah.
And do another one of these and see how realistic it's been.
Yeah, we'll check in around my birthday. That's like 3 months. It's a quarter.
Yeah, so we'll do a quarterly check-in of what's actually happening, because it's really easy for people because I do have 22 books. 22?
22.
I have a lot of books.
I'm pretty sure Myth and Storm is 23. Yeah, and that's only the ones that are published.
Yeah. I have more books that are like with my agent and that are like, Myth and Storm that's still like being worked on. So I have a lot of books, and it's really easy for people to be like, oh, you have so many books, you're so crazy productive and successful, and you just like pull these books out of your booty and then there they are sparkling on Amazon. And that's not true. And I feel like as an indie author and as a human, and especially as a human who is a part of the invisible illness community, that it is important to be honest about, when things can't be accomplished because my body isn't agreeing to it. And the fact that, these authors look sparkly on Amazon with all their good reviews, but there is a human who is pulling their hair out or dyeing it blue in a nervous breakdown because of these deadlines to get these books to you. So I think it's, authors are human, unless you're like Stephen King. I'm not so sure about him. But the rest of us are human, and, it takes a lot to put out a book, even though people make it look easy. We make it look like it's this effortless joy of just like, here is this book, I present it to you. But there's a lot of deadlines and word counts and edits and little behind the scenes things that don't come across, which we don't want it to. We want it to look like, look at this heavenly book I have magically produced for you.
I feel like it's that there was an analogy in theater that somebody said once. It's like we're kind of like a duck on the water, where if you look at a duck just kind of gliding over the water, it looks so serene and calm, but underneath it's just going like this. And I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah, that's basically it. But I wanted to take some time to be honest with you about, what the the author journey is, that it's not all, book releases and glowing reviews. There is the scheduling and the trying to work things into your life and hopefully having a life, but who knows, sometimes you don't get to have a life. So that is the honesty. And we'll see how it works out. We'll see how the schedule goes.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed I get a lot more of these sounds and a lot fewer of these sounds. Well, we check in next time. And you can be here for that too. Great. Because I like you.
Oh, thanks. I like you too.
And you have to put up with me.
Yeah, that's true.
And bring me coffee when I'm having a nervous breakdown.
Coffee was in the vows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I will see you next time. Until then, have a great week. Bye-bye.